Welcome to another episode of Krazy Knights. I'm one of your co-hosts, Jamie McNichol, sitting at the Krazy Knights round table. And joining me as always is my other co-host, David Fowler. How you going, David?
Yeah, good, thanks, Jamie. Been a big week.
Been a very big 2 weeks for us Krazy Knights, David.
That's right.
The first time that the fan can actually see our faces for the 2 weeks. We had
Yep.
audio because we were ringing on Skype on the landline and whatnot, but so this week it's just the two bugger lugs from Krazy Knights, Dave and myself.
Yeah, you can see our ugly faces this week.
Yeah, ugly, crazy faces. And
Yep.
but no, David, I just want to say thanks to all the fans that has spread the news about us. We're getting some attention, and it took them a bit to get the attention. I just say, wake up, some people. Just wake up, we're here. You know, you do know about us. I've been checking some other groups on Facebook, David, and people are talking about it. Go and check Krazy Knights out. They got an awesome interview with Alan. And go and check Krazy Knights out. They got an awesome interview with Lydia. And unfortunately, we're not getting many comments on YouTube and whatnot. But I have to say this: I'm actually getting personal messages on Facebook saying, "Jamie, that was an awesome interview with Lydia or with Alan." And I want to say thank you to the guys that have passed them on to us. Well, we do regard them highly. Without it, you know, it would just be another talk episode like everyone does on YouTube, whether it's Kiss related or music related or whatever. But
yeah,
I want to say thank you. Also, I want to say to the fans, go and check us out on iTunes, at Krazy Knights on iTunes. Leave us a review, leave us a rating. There are
and subscribe to us. Once we put up every episode, then it'll just automatically download for you when it comes up.
Yeah, subscribe to us on
Yep.
iTunes, and also subscribe to us on YouTube as well. We have got over 42 subscribers on YouTube at the moment, which is awesome.
Yep.
Well, the more the merrier. Just keep subscribing, and like David said, you subscribe. As soon as it goes up, you get it first before anybody else.
Well, especially on iTunes, it'll just automatically load up for you every time we put up a new episode.
Yes. And also go and check us out on Krazy
Podbean
Knights at podbean.com.
Yep.
There are some episodes up there as well. We've got the first episode up there. We have got the Todd Howard and John Reagan one up there. And the last two with Alan and Lydia Chris is up there as well. We are going to put more up there. But we've just been literally going flat out like a litter drinking. We have been so busy for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I have to admit, one of our co-hosts here had a birthday last week. Well, not me, yeah. I had a birthday, and I want to say thank you to all the people from, all the people that wished me a happy birthday, thank you. From the business world and the music business world to the fans of Krazy Knights, and just Kiss fans in general, thank you so much. I have to show you a gift. My partner has finally got it for me. She pre-ordered this from America, and it came in.
Hopefully I'll see it when I get into work, when I go back to work and all that.
Yeah.
So I'll be picking up my copy, and we'll talk about it on a future episode of Krazy Knights.
Yeah, and I'll just have to say this: in the back of the book, it's like a bit of a transcript of who was interviewed and whatnot.
Yeah.
And a person by the name of Eddie Carmen was in there, and he's
Eric Carmen.
Yeah, Eric Carmen. Sorry, I've got a sore throat. He was from a band called the Raspberries. Now, the Raspberries influenced bands like
Motley Crue,
Elton John Lennon, and today, lo and behold, due to the book, I bought the Raspberry Greatest Hits, which is an import. So the book is opening up a lot of doors as well. Go and listen to some of the stuff. If you have read the book, go and listen to the bands that are mentioned in there. If you can find it on Spotify. If you can't find it on Spotify, go onto YouTube. I'm sure they'll have them on there. And make yourself a set list like I do, a playlist on Spotify. But, David, I just thought Well,
What?
we haven't been on face to face like this
Yeah.
for 2 weeks,
Nah, we haven't.
and I'm saying, well, what can we talk about? Well, lo and behold, there was a Kiss Expo just happened just recently this weekend over in New York, New Jersey, and Tommy Thayer and Lydia Chris was there,
Yep.
and many fans as well
Mhm.
was there as well, and I've received an audio video file for 48 minutes, a video of the
Yeah.
whole question and answer session with Tommy Thayer.
Yeah.
Yes, some questions have already been asked before, but what really got my attention, and this episode this week, is that Tommy Thayer stated that
Yeah.
next year will actually mark off the 40th anniversary due to the fact that it's 40 years
Since the
since
first album.
the first album.
Mhm.
But on top of that, Kiss are going to be releasing a lot of goodies next year.
Yeah. Well, as they would for
We
to
know,
mark the 40th.
we know the Kiss documentary is coming out around August, September.
It's, if barring production delays.
Yes, yes. The Elder movie that
Mhm.
is being produced,
Yeah.
it's officially going to come out next year. I hope it does. It's a B-grade movie. Whether it comes straight to the cinemas, I don't know, but that's in the making.
Yeah.
But what really got my attention was Kiss are going to bring out a deluxe editions of certain albums. But what got my attention was he did mention this. There'll be a 2 CD deluxe edition of Love Gun, which will feature demos and live rare performances from the Love Gun era.
Yeah.
I just have to pass it to you, David, and
Yep.
raise your glass up, whatever. What's your opinions on that? I believe.
Oh no,
Wow, I was like, fucking
it's
wow.
great. I'd love to see it happen because obviously most people know that during that period when they were doing writing for that album, they had guys like Eddie and Alex Van Halen involved on the demos, which originally they tried to get some of those demos in the box set, but due to probably political reasons with record companies, that didn't happen. Hopefully, those like the Eddie Van Halen demos with, I believe they and Alex, they did Christine 16 as a demo with those two. So hopefully that all that comes on, and maybe some of the performances from around the Live 2 area of songs that they maybe even songs from the first 3 albums that were recorded during that period can maybe get on that album as well. So I mean, it'd be a great package. Certainly a great package when it does come out. I mean, Kids have always given us a fair bit over the years.
I do believe there was another edition of their Live 2 album that had Rock and Roll All Night as the last one. I don't know.
Yeah, they screwed it up. It was so many pressings of the Live 2 album, and it had
well, I know that's a misprint.
Take Me. It was written on there. A couple of songs that got printed on there that weren't on the album. Whether they recorded them is another thing, but
apparently so, David. They had recorded Hooligan, Take Me, Do You Love Me?
Yep.
And according to the history of Alive 2, there were in certain different sets arrangement, like Kiss were changing the set list and bringing.
Yeah. Well, obviously, I mean, they couldn't exactly do just a set of all the songs from Destroyer, just the songs from Destroyer, Love Gun and Rock and Roll Over. I mean, just do that because then you'd be missing out on the songs from the first 3 albums. But that's why they compiled songs from some of the shows and sound checks.
Yeah.
So they could cut out the songs from the first 3 albums will end up on the B side or the second disc.
Well, this is a question that has to be asked.
Yeah.
If they are bringing out a deluxe edition,
Mm-hmm.
would they re-record it with the members they've got now?
They could do that, but I don't think there's anything really wrong with the original recording of Love Gun anyway. It was recorded fairly well. The only album I really had a problem with as far as the recording of it goes, I mean, the songs have always been okay, but the recording was Hotter Than Hell. I think that's, if they were to re-record any album, that would be the one from start to finish. But Love Gun, it was perfect to me as far as the way they recorded it.
What I'm getting out of this Expo with Tommy, that Kiss are going to release a lot of deluxe edition, whether it be Love Gun or Rock and Roll Over. I mean, I'd love to see Rock and Roll Over, but are we going to be seeing a chain reaction of the other albums that have been released into deluxe edition? Are we going to get... I mean, look what happened with the Sonic Boom. That was a deluxe edition. 3 albums. One was a remake of all the classic hits on. Another one was a half...
The other one disc was actually DVD.
Yeah.
From the show in Argentina in 2009.
Yeah. But are we going to... From what came out of this Expo, are we going to see a deluxe edition of Destroyer or Dread to Kill or
seriously, if they do another version of Destroyer, I mean, they've already had the original one. Then when they did the whole remaster thing with Robert Visconti, there's another one. Then they did Destroyer Resurrected, obviously. We've recently heard Peter's comments on that.
But if they're going to bring out I'll say this: if they were going to bring out a deluxe edition of Destroyer, they could have put the damage in it.
They should have done it if they were going to put the demos and all that on of Destroyer. They should have done it with Destroyer Resurrected, in my opinion.
Yep.
Instead of bringing out another. I suppose fleecing us, some people would say, by just putting out another version with more stuff and making us buy another version of it. Well, they should have really done it with the Destroyer Resurrected if they were going to do anything with Destroyer.
Well, it's like what Bruce Kulick said to us in 2010, Dave.
Yeah.
How many times do you want to hear Detroit Rock City on an album?
Yeah, unless you're going to they've already re-recorded Detroit Rock City. I mean, I'd never get tired of hearing that song because that's my favourite Kiss song of all time.
Yeah, but I mean, how many albums?
I can see what he's trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, I do believe they re-recorded Detroit Rock City for the Detroit City soundtrack. That hasn't been released at all. It's a 1998 version of it. It hasn't been released. It's not on the box set. It's out there. Even Ace said it. They recorded it in the studio. Are we going to see that?
I think they re-recorded that because obviously most people have seen the movie. They actually played that song at the end of the movie, so they had to re-record it to bring it up to standard for the movie, sort of thing. So.
But that's the question I was going to ask. If they were going to do the Destroyer Deluxe, would you love to see that version of Detroit Rock City put in there?
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably rather hear the demo versions of songs on it. I mean, we already had one demo version in the box set of God of Thunder, the original version of that, with Paul singing it and Paul's version of it.
Well, there's other demos of Rock and Roll Over, like Bad Love.
Or even the demo version of Detroit Rocks. What other songs?
I'd love to hear the demo for Flaming Youth.
Yeah. Or even some of the live tracks from live.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The concert that had Flaming Youth and Sweet Pain in the set list.
Well, there was they did play like Flaming Youth and all that in like it was in France. I know they played Flaming Youth and but Flaming Youth and all that wasn't played that much. Probably was only played on that tour a few times. I don't think they even played it on the Rock and Roll Over tour later on, but I think they might have got dropped by then.
Well, like we were talking about the Kissology 4, what you like to put on Kissology 4.
Yeah.
It's not about what we want to have on it. It's trying to freaking find that great quality.
Yeah. I mean, if the deluxe editions, to me, make much more sense. I'd rather have the deluxe editions than having another box set, and to have more specifics for each album. Like different, bonus stuff for each album if they're going to do it. But
well, how far can they stretch that deluxe edition? I mean, do they do that they do with every album, or just pick and choose which album they want to do it with?
Or even they could have, if they're going to do like deluxe editions as well, have on some of them, if they're going to do like demos and all that, and some of the albums, or maybe have like video, like a DVD stuff, or some on and that one of the others.
Well,
sort of mixed up too.
Well, what did come out of the convention? Tommy did say yes. Kissology 4 has been in the work for a few years now.
Yeah.
They have been busy with Monster and Sonic Boom. That's why it's been pushed off. It is going to come out.
And even Doc McKee said that it's been, talked about. I mean, it's been talked about for about 4 years. 2009, I think they were talking about it.
Yep. And also, we have got a Twitter from Gene a couple of weeks ago.
I remember
a box set.
About it.
Will there be a box set? A box set coming up to commemorate the 40th anniversary. Well, if we're getting a deluxe edition,
maybe
we're definitely getting a box set.
Maybe the box set was originally going to be the box set, then they've changed their mind and made it sort of like deluxe editions of each album. So I don't think they'd bring out deluxe editions of each or several albums. I don't know how they're going to go with it if they're going to have a box set as well, because
for what
it would kind of defeat the purpose, depending on how much material they've got in the bank that they haven't released. But you wouldn't want to sort of like have the deluxe edition and then some of the stuff being repeated into the box set as well. So to me, I'd rather have like the deluxe editions of albums and all that, and then an actual box set.
Well, for what Gene said, that yes, there'll be a 40th anniversary box set to a deluxe edition.
And if they're going to do a deluxe edition, I'd like to see a deluxe edition of the first album. Have that Eddie Kramer demo, the original Eddie Kramer demo, the whole demo, not just like a couple of songs like Deuce or Strutter or whatever, but have that whole demo on the actual, like a deluxe edition of the first Kiss album as well.
Well, just the thing, do they pick and choose which album they want to do? I mean, you said that they should do.
Maybe the key albums in history, like the first album, or Love Gummer's key album in the band's history, or maybe even Creatures of the Night.
Here's one for you.
Or even Revenge. Revenge is another, I think, a pivotal, Kiss album. I mean, in history, it's probably the best album that they did of the whole non-makeup period. Was Revenge.
I reckon
there's probably enough material there in the bank for that album.
Well, I truly believe they should do a deluxe edition for the Elder. Bring out the demo stuff.
Here's another one that I think they should do a deluxe edition of. Kiss Alive 3.
Ooh, there's so many different set lists in that one.
No, because there were so many songs that were left off that Kiss Alive 3.
Yes, the Japanese edition.
Tears Are Falling off.
Parasite.
Parasite, yep.
Love
It's
Gun was
about
left
at
off it.
least 4 or 5, maybe half a dozen songs.
Love Gun was off it. I Stole Your Love was off it.
Yeah.
King of the Nighttime World is off it.
Yeah. I mean, it's because I was always thought that album should have been the double album, like Life 1 and 2. But I was, I don't know why. Because I mean, they didn't do it like Live 1 and 2, where one had the first 3 albums, the next had the next lot of albums. Live 3 was a mixture of everything. So to me, it didn't sort of make sense. If they were going to include everything, why it wasn't a double album like the rest of them? Maybe that's where the idea of doing deluxe editions. I mean, that album should, I reckon, they should bring that out as a double album now, if they're going to remaster it at least.
Well,
That's
the thing. If they're going to remaster these deluxe edition, are they going to use the lineup they've got now?
Well, it depends. That's if they're going to re-record them. But I doubt that they'll re-record each album. It just take too much time. Maybe, as I said, the only album I'd like to see actually re-recorded from start to finish with this lineup and would be Hotter Than Hell. So to me, that out of all the Kiss albums, I think that was. I'm not bagging the actual songs themselves, but the actual recording of that album is just crap. Richie Wise and Kenny Kerner, I don't know what they were doing in the
What
studio.
about the first album?
It's no, but Hotter Than Hell to me sounds fairly too muddy in the production of it. When they re-recorded Hotter Than Hell for the Jigoku Red Suit and all the bonus for Sonic Boom, it sounded a hell of a lot better, and it's so fresh. And now that I think the whole album would benefit from a total re-recording of that album. Not once they re-recorded, then they shelved the original version of it. Still have the original version there and make that available, but also have like the re-recorded version as well. So at least you get both. And
so you're taking off Ace Frehley for Parasite and putting Tommy Thayer's guitar track for Parasite.
Correct.
And taking Peter Criss off all the drumming and
yeah.
clam
well,
in.
It's kind of like another band I'll speak about that kind of did the same thing. Was Exodus. Did a re-recording of their first album, Bonded by Blood, with different bass player, obviously different singer, but they still made the original Bonded by Blood available along with because they called it Let There Be Blood, so it's kind of different title, but it was still the same album under a different title with different singer and all that. And I think Kiss.
All right, I'll go along with that, but take off Going Blind and Coming Home. Take those two songs.
No, not. No. Leave those songs on it, because they're just, if they did total record it, I mean, they'd have to have those songs on it anyway. What else would you put on it? Then it'd just become an EP.
No, well, what demos were around it?
Yeah, but it's still, if you have the demos and all as bonus tracks, but I mean, if we're going to re-record Hotter Than Hell, then you have to have those songs on there.
Well, they have re-recorded Hotter Than Hell, the song.
Song, yeah, for Jigoku Retsuden, but they didn't record the whole album, which I think I'd love to hear a total re-recording of it, because as I said, to me that is so muddy. It would sound a lot more punchier, a lot and some songs are like heavier.
You want to
Could
take
you imagine?
but you want to take a Frelly off Parasite and watching you and slam
Yeah,
in Tommy.
yeah, but as I said, still have the original version of Hotter Than Hell available, so people can still buy that as well. But have like a 2013 or 2014 version of the album.
Well, saying that,
And even do like a box set version of that album, have like a total re-recording of the album, kind of like I don't know, or even that album to me,
that'd be like saying to put.
any Kiss album needs to be re-recorded.
Well, that'd be like you saying put Vinnie Vincent on the whole freaking Revenge album.
Ah, yeah, well, but it, I mean they put Tommy and Eric on the re-recordings on Jacoco Retsuden. So, I mean, it's not. I mean, as I've said, you're still gonna have the original version of the album with Tommy. Not Tommy.
Yeah.
Tommy.
You got him. You're gonna get some shit this week, David. You're gonna get shit this week.
That's my.
I have not said this.
I apologise everyone for that gaff, but I mean, you're still going to have the original album with Ace and Peter on it. They still have that available, but then kind of like maybe even give it a slightly different title.
Now you want to change the fucking title?
I don't know. I'm just. No, whatever. It's.
What are you going to call Hotter Than Hell? Farting from Hell?
No.
Well, what are you going to call it?
Call it Hotter Than Hell, but have it Hotter Than Hell
Hotter Than Hell too? Why don't you just call it Hot and Spicy from KFC?
No, but to me, I'd love to hear a re-recording of that album.
Oh my. So this has gone way good, too good. This has gone from taking Ace and Peter off to changing the whole fucking album name.
Oh, it's not the first time. It's not the first time albums have been re-recorded without.
No.
Without
I'm not saying it's being re-recorded, but changing the fucking name. I mean, this comes to part that Kiss was dressing up a couple of weeks ago.
I'm just was thinking of the whole when Exodus did they kind of slightly changed the title, but I don't know.
What I'm trying to get is that, Dave, is that you saw, and as well as I have, 2-3 weeks ago, Kiss were dressing up similar to the Dress to Kill in the thing.
Yeah.
Right? Similar setup on that. So that means they're doing a deluxe edition of Dress to Kill.
Well, we don't. That was.
But
just,
you want to change the fucking name of the album.
No, but it's still, as I said, still have the original version there and everything, but then have an updated version of it. What are you
going to call the fucking thing?
No, it's still called Hotter Than Hell. I don't know, but it's still because
Escape from fucking Alcatraz.
No.
No, I don't.
You know what I'm talking.
I know. But
to make it a fresher version of it, it sonically sounds better than the original version. Not that it's going to be like replacing the original version with Eric and Peter, that have this newer version that sounds fresh and with a better recording. 2014 version with the better technology to sort of re-record it and everything on, So I'm not saying that Peter and Eric, Peter and Ace should be replaced and all that and forgotten about.
No. But
Eric and Ace and Peter should never be forgotten about ever.
Well, I just want to go on that. I'm going down the same track, but on the one that they should do out of the whole catalogue, re-record it from top to finish. Yes, I'm sorry for saying this, Eric Carr. This is not a batch at Eric Carr.
Yeah.
And it's not a batch at Ace Frehley, right? But
The Elder.
redo the whole Elder. Redo the whole Elder.
I
Right?
don't think, to me, that'll
That will never happen because someone has...
I don't know if actually Gene and Paul actually like that album anymore. That's why they kind of keep dismissing it.
Well, this is the thing I'm going down the track with the deluxe edition. Now, you mentioned it early in the podcast, Resurrection from Edron.
That was kind of more of
an anniversary
like Ezra going in and like remixing it or whatever he did. I mean, there was Eddie Trunk and Peter Criss were actually talking about that album just recently. I was listening to an interview with Eddie Trunk and Peter about a week ago, and they actually brought up the whole Destroyer Resurrected thing. Because actually Peter had the Destroyer Resurrected version.
He hated it, apparently.
He gave it a good... yeah. Well, he hadn't heard it. He gave it a good listen and all that, and he gave his thoughts on it. It's up on YouTube if people want to hear it.
And that interview was done last December last year.
Yeah,
came out just after the book came out.
Yeah,
but what I'm trying to say is, if Bob Veteran is going to follow pattern, would you see them doing an Elder Resurrection or a Revenge Resurrection?
No, I can see them. No, I wouldn't say Elder. I don't know whether they'd want to touch.
We're not talking about Kiss here. We're talking about Bob Veteran. He's done it for Destroyer.
Yeah, but it'd have to be with the blessing of Kiss as well. They'd want to have a hand in it. But whether they'd see it as being involved, want to put it out as a deluxe, not that album.
I truly believe.
I don't think they actually, because of that whole period for the band, I don't know.
Well,
and if Paul, people keep asking about them playing songs from that album, and Paul keeps saying something like, "Oh, so you must be one of the 3 people that actually bought it." Well,
I fucking bought it, so yeah.
Well, we all bought it, but
But the thing is,
I don't think that in Gene and Paul's, thinking that they actually like that album that much, they kind of just want to dismiss it a lot.
I don't know if they're going to dismiss it. This is my opinion, right? And I'm going to bring this to the table.
Yeah.
Because of the Elder movie coming out next year, I don't know how much Gene's
maybe they want to capitalize on it from there.
Yeah, I don't know how much Kiss are involved in it or how much Gene's involved in it or whatnot, but someone must have gave them the permission to do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I truly believe with that, I believe it's a B-grade movie. I don't know if it comes straight to the cinemas here or worldwide or going straight to DVD. I don't know. I am speaking to the director of that movie as I speak.
Yeah.
Right?
And we could have him on.
And we could have him on our show. If they're open to be on our show as well. But what I'm trying to get back is, I truly believe something about the Elder is coming out to the light of day that we have not seen before.
Yeah.
Well, 40 years. Next year, they're commemorating the 40th year. They're going to do a world tour. This came out in the Q&A as well. There's going to be a special world event to commemorate the 40th anniversary as well.
So hopefully they'll be back out here again. Yes.
Yeah. But I'm still going on this Elder movie next year. Something's coming out with the Elder.
Possibly. I mean, if Kiss want to have their hand in the actual movie as well,
Kiss are going to
promote it.
Kiss are going to make another album. I mean, Gene just finished penning a song already for it. Well, that for a new Kiss album.
Oh, you're talking about he's writing stuff for a new Kiss album?
Yeah, he just finished.
Okay. Well, they're always writing.
Well, the song title for that Gene song is "Your Wish Is Our Command" or something like that.
All right. Well, I mean, they've ever since they started doing Sonic Boom and Monster. I mean, they're sort of been more prolific with writing and all that because they've got to up with it's a good quartet there that they got. So I mean, that's why they're sort of bringing out more albums sooner.
I believe when Kiss do decide to hang up the platform boots and the makeup, there's going to be a shitload of Kiss stuff that we have not seen before.
Yeah, well, obviously, because
It's going to be remastered after remastered after remastered. I mean, I did put up on our Facebook page about should we get a remastered catalogue from start to finish, and
well, that'll probably happen. That'll probably happen once the band decides to hang it up from start if they to do it from start to finish.
Well, for what?
To me, if they're going to remaster it or any sort of certain periods, I'd like to see from Revenge, with the albums that didn't get remastered about 10, 13 15 years ago.
From Hot and Shade upwards.
Yeah, from Revenge. Oh, yeah, Hot and Shade upwards, up until Psycho Circus. Including Alive 3.
One with you, I want deluxe edition
Unplugged.
I'm with you. I want a deluxe edition for Alive 3. And including a deluxe edition for the Unplugged. There was other songs on there that didn't make the album.
Well, some of those got included in the box set.
We're trying to keep on Delete 3.
Yeah, or the whole... Yeah, but I mean, the actual just audio recordings of them. There were some, I think Got to Choose or something was on there.
Yeah, Got to Choose was on there, but Come On and Love Me.
In the box set, yeah.
Come On and Love Me, Spit, a country version of...
the bluegrass version of God of Thunder.
Yeah. There was a bit of an intake of Heaven's on Fire on there.
Yeah, but that was only a small little intake. It wasn't the whole song. Doesn't matter. I doubt that they'd include that because it wasn't the whole song, and it was mostly the crowd singing it.
There was another song that Ace did. Was another cover song called Louie Louie.
And that was he only did that in part as well. Things that are in part, I doubt that they wouldn't ever include them. Maybe they'll decide to do a bluegrass version. Bluegrass version of God of Thunder, just as a joke.
I'd love to get the recording if they did any rehearsals when he was trying to do Shock Me on the acoustic guitar.
That include that. They might show some more footage on like a Kissology 4, but I doubt that they put audio of that up in the box set or anything.
Well, just to finish on that, there was one thing that did come out of the thing that Tommy Say does not know where some of the stuff is, even though some of the production does get recorded at each show, but it's just finding the proper tape for it. It's hard to get.
Well, especially stuff from the 70s. Yeah, you reckon Ace might have some of it?
Yeah, fucking stored in his stocker. In his locker where all the fucking rat and shit and pisses all over it and pizza. Rat. But something came out a couple of days ago before the convention, convention, the Expo. Someone has found a original soundboard recording of Rock and Roll Over.
Soundboard?
The whole album? Yeah. Maybe that's going to come out to the light of day. Maybe that's another deluxe edition.
You mean a live show from the Rock and Roll Over tour?
I don't know if it's a Rock and Roll Over tour, but I've been seeing that they found some recording from.
We were talking to Mitch. He said they actually recorded the Japan shows for Rock Alive 2.
Yeah.
That was originally meant to be the Alive 2, is that Japan tour.
Well, we do know that Beth from the Japan tour is on Alive 2.
Yeah.
And that's the only one that we know of.
I think the God of Thunder from Alive 2 was recorded in Japan, wasn't it?
You mean the drum solo or the whole lot?
No, the actual song.
Probably. Well,
I'll have to look it up. We'll look it up on Wikipedia or anything. Or Kiss. No, sorry, Kiss Facts. Kiss Facts. Okay, go to Kiss
our
Facts.
friend,
And we'll
our
find
friend
out
Gillian,
that.
our friend Gillian Gill from Kidfuck, Kidfuck Haiku.
Yeah.
And but no, yeah, just have a fan that mentioned on Facebook that they found a recording from the soundboard from Rock and Roll Over. Well, I don't know if it's studio wise or live, but it's coming to the light of day. And
Well,
just recently, Tommy's saying there's going to be deluxe editions of certain albums. Maybe this is one of them as well.
Yeah, what I actually wouldn't mind hearing. I know we've had, like DVDs of this current lineup of live, but having a live album with this lineup of Eric and Tommy.
That was also okay. That was also mentioned in the convention, not convention, Expo as well. This was put towards him. They don't know when they're going to do another live
album.
Right?
I mean, they did have, as Mitch said, they did record Rock the Nations as a live album.
Yes.
When they did the DVD of it.
But as saying that, there weren't any studio albums to put on there from this lineup.
Sorry. Yeah.
I mean, are Kiss going to follow suit, bring out the next studio album, which will be the third one?
Yep.
Then the live album.
Yeah, it's still, I think of that, being that how far they're into their career now, it wouldn't just be those songs from those three albums. You have to include probably songs from Psycho Circus as well.
Well, as you're saying that, these three albums, when this next one come out, with Sonic Boom and Monster, do you see any anthems compared to like Shout Out Loud, Detroit Rock City, Love Gun? I'm just going in that field of three that can be played on. I mean, if they're going to follow the rule of the first live album and the second one.
So you've got to say yeah. Let me say yeah.
Just sound like you're having an orgasm there, David.
Okay, fair enough.
No, but seriously.
Where are you?
I mean, I like to Take Me Down Below. Get that on there. Eat Your Heart Out.
Wall of Sound.
But it's not an anthem. I mean, what is going to be the standout?
Yeah, but I mean, if they're going to have do a live album with a lot of the songs with the Eric and Tommy era, I mean, you'd have to put like Wall of Sand or Modern Day Delilah, or even
which Tommy song you'll put in, Outer Space or When Lightning Strikes?
I'd say they'd put in Outer Space. So they've been playing it more. Obviously, they've never played When Lightning Strikes, and I don't know if they ever will. But they seem to be
out of this world. You mean?
Sorry, out of this world. I kept.
Out of Space is Ace. Oh,
yeah, I know.
You want him to take over, Ace. You do. You want to take
No, I don't.
Well, what Eric?
As I've said before, I love all Kiss lineups. I don't.
Well, what Eric Singer song you'll put in this? Will you put All for the Love of Rock and Roll or All for the Glory?
Actually, I've heard both. I'd probably go with All for the Love of Rock and Roll. I mean, it's same. Of what they're all about. All for the love of rock and roll. It's exactly what Kiss is about. Yeah. I mean,
I'll go for When Lightning Strikes.
If you want an anthem,
but I want When Lightning Strikes in it.
Hey.
I want When Lightning Strikes.
They've got to actually start playing it first.
Well, it's true, and I do believe All for the Glory being played once on the cruise or something like that when it first came out, and that. But who knows what the next album's going to bring? It could bring out a lot of anthems. And we talked about should they get another producer for another album.
I don't think that'll happen. No.
Well, who knows? Only Kiss knows that. I mean,
Yeah, only Paul Stanley knows.
yeah, but we know that Kiss are not there to make hits or on that. But I'm not talking about hits or radio. Fuck radio. I'm the only one here in Australia that plays on my radio.
Oh,
but
other than the staples.
Commercials. I'm talking about the catalogue. I'm not talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But what I'm saying is, we're not talking about hits. I'm talking about anthems.
Yeah.
One that makes the album stand out. You have about 4 or 5 songs that will stand out compared to the rest of the songs on the album.
Yeah.
Who knows what the next album's going to be? It might be another Destroy where you have a whole fucking album of great anthems like Destroyer did. I don't think there's another album besides Revenge and Destroyer and probably Creatures of the Night that you had a whole range of fucking songs of anthems. You know, I mean, look at the song set list of today compared to what the songs are off Destroyer.
Yeah.
Alive 3. You had those songs in that set list mixed in and blended in with other.
To be honest,
because all the songs.
Trying to compare it to, it should appear like Destroyer or anything like this.
No.
I mean, obviously, ultimately, it's.
I'm only going on the path.
Ultimately, it's going to be if you're going to start comparing albums like that. Ultimately, you end up disappointed. It doesn't sound like to me. I'd rather judge an album on its own merits, whether it's good, or it ain't.
Who knows what the next album's going to be? But you're saying about Kiss who released another live album with this lineup. Well, that was mentioned to Tommy. He's all for it, but there's just no timeline for it. Should it be now? Should it be next year? Who knows?
Yeah.
It all depends what Gene and Paul want to do, not Tommy.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Of course, it'd have to be a whole band decision.
I truly believe, this is only my opinion, that if they're going to follow the same rule as the first 2 live albums, wait for the next studio album to come out and then do a live album.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, when it wasn't just a 3-album thing from between Alive 2 and 3. I mean, and then again, Live 3 never followed that formula.
That was the only one that didn't follow.
I doubt that even if they did another one like that it'd even follow that formula anyway. I think that was just a whole.
Yeah.
The first 2 live albums they did that. If they did another live album, it would include songs probably pretty much all through the catalogue. With maybe centering a little bit more on the Sonic Boom and Monster and maybe even Socket Circus a little bit and all that. So I don't think they'd follow any sort of formula with it.
That just wraps that episode up. Just leave your opinions on that. But before you do, when we give the work to do for the next week's episode, for this week's episode, we give the fans some work to do and whatnot. But anyway, David had a bit of good win and had a bit of a laugh.
Yeah.
We're back there. But please, viewers, go to our YouTube channel at Krazy Knights 1 at YouTube. Subscribe to us on YouTube because you'll be the first one to get that before everybody else. Also go to Krazy Knights on iTunes. Subscribe to iTunes. You automatically get it downloaded from the RSS feed that's on there, whether it's audio or video, whatever you may please. Please leave us a review and a rating. Whatever you rate us.
Yep.
You can rate us 1 rating. That's the start. I love getting 1 to 5 rating. Right? Just give us a rating. 1 is better than none. Right? Also, go to Krazy Knights at podbean.com. You can leave comments on there as well. You can like the episodes. We're going to put other things up. And also, go to our Facebook page, Krazy Knights, the Australian Kids Podcast at facebook.com. You'll see all the episodes and latest news and developments and photos and some crazy, weird surprises that we have. And there are some surprises in store that we can't just really talk about right now because it's in the process of happening. You know, I've made up another surprise this week as well that I'm going to talk it over with my co-hosts during the week and that. But fans, get the fans to come and join us, spread our word, spread our link, spread our disease called Krazy Knights. No, we're not a disease. That's only a joke. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yes, David wants Tommy and Eric to completely re-record the album, change the fucking name of the album.
No, I mean, I never said that. I never said that didn't want the original to exist. I said to have it as,
yes,
you know, a second version of it.
But David can get all the fucking hate mail this week. I had to get it a couple of weeks ago, so you can get this. But yeah. But I'd just like to say thank you again. The questions we'd like to put out to the round table. This is a round table question. What deluxe edition album you like to see? And we mentioned Love Gun. We mentioned Alive 3. We mentioned The Order. David wants to do the whole fucking reload of Hotter Than Hell. He wants
I'll re-record it, yeah.
You know, he wants a deluxe edition of the earlier demos from Eddie Kramer for the debut album. So what's your opinion? What album would you like to get to come out as a deluxe edition? Not a remastered edition. This is totally different. Deluxe edition.
Well, they probably remaster it. Yeah. They'll probably when they do the deluxe edition.
Oh, definitely.
They may remaster it as well.
It definitely will be a remastered edition, but it'll be a deluxe edition.
Yeah.
Added bonuses and things like that. But what's your opinion? So we're putting that on the round table and that. So any last word, David, to the fans out there on internet land?
Yeah, give us all, you know, as Jamie said, give us your answers to what you think on that. You know, what album would you like to see put out as a deluxe edition by Kiss? But, you know, keep you know, sharing it with your friends.
Yep. And I just want to jump in. I strongly encourage, if you don't have it, go and get it. Go and get the Raspberry CDs. Go and get it.
Exactly.
You know who I'm talking about if you've been reading Nothing to Lose books. So just go out there and get it. I did. And I'm going to play it this week and have a bit of a jam and whatnot. But yeah. All right, guys, go to Krazy Knights at Facebook. Go to our YouTube, iTunes channel, and also go to our podbean.com at Krazy Knights. All right, Dave, we'll better get cruising. Been another wonderful episode. Bit of laugh, bit of joy.
Yeah, bit of you hanging on to me.
Yeah, and we're going to keep doing this Mad Monday session. All right, guys, catch you next week.
No worries. See you later, guys.